Okay. All right. Good morning, guys. So yesterday we discussed software development life cycle and testing life cycle, right? And today we will discuss functional versus non-functional testing. Okay. And we'll focus mostly on um, 4 major factors for performance testing. For performance testing. Okay, guys. So let's discuss functional versus non-functional testing and what are the 4 major factors for performance testing. Everyone able to see my screen, right?
Yes,
okay. Right. Now, so the next slide. So yesterday we covered this. I have covered this testing life cycle, isn't it? The next slide speaks about functional versus non-functional testing. Okay. So what is functional testing? First of all, let me go to the slideshow mode. So what is functional testing? First of all, it is testing the functionality of the application. We discussed yesterday already. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be asking, I'll be taking assessment, guys. Okay. So every day, daily, I will be asking questions from the previous day concepts. So please be prepared for that. Okay. So functional testing is testing functionality of the application. Right? Yesterday we discussed what is functionality. Those who missed yesterday's session, please go through the recorded section, guys. I already shared it on my YouTube channel and I have shared it in my WhatsApp group as well, isn't it? So please go through my YouTube channel, those who missed yesterday's session. So functional testing is nothing but testing the functionality of the application. And functional testing can be, like say, we discussed this thing also yesterday. If you are doing functional testing without using any tools, right? If you are doing functional testing without doing any tools, that is called as manual testing. And if you are using some tools like Selenium, UFT, etc., that is called as automation testing, right? Everyone clear about this? Clear, guys? Next, what is non-functional testing? Non-functional testing, see, not only performance testing is not only the performance testing is not the only one and only non-functional testing. There are a couple of other types of testing which comes under this non-functional testing. So non-functional testing is defined as the type of software testing to check the non-functional aspects. Non-functional testing is defined as a type of software testing to check the non-functional aspects. What do you mean by non-functional aspects is performance, security testing, usability testing, reliability testing of a software application. All these are called as non-functional testing. Any background noise from my side, guys? Are you hearing any background noise from my side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just please give me a moment. Right? So that there are different types of non-functional testing is. You can see under this diagram. So this diagram depicts like what are the different non-functional testings, right? Performance testing, security testing, usability testing, compatibility testing. All these are called as non-functional testing, or all these fall under this non-functional testing umbrella. Whereas under functional testing, you will have unit testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing. All these fall under this functional testing umbrella. Clear, guys? Now, what are the performance testing tools? What are the major performance testing tools in the market? You have load runner, JMeter, and neoload. Right? First comes load runner, and then JMeter, and then neoload. So load runner is a licensed tool. JMeter is an open source tool. Right? JMeter is an open source tool. Neoload is another licensed tool. Okay. That is slowly gaining the market share. So why it is gaining market share is because load runner is very costly tool. That is why, like, other tools like Neoload, WebLoad, those who cannot afford the license cost of load runner, they will go for, economical tools like WebLoad or Neoload. Okay. I'll give you the list of performance. There are a lot of performance testing tools in the market, by the way. Okay. So let me show you the list of performance testing, complete list of, not complete list, but, I'll show you some performance testing tools, some of the important performance testing tools in the market. You see over here, these are the different performance testing tools in the market. First comes load runner. Yes, it is very old tool. Load runner and JMeter both are 23 years old tools. Okay. They are there in the market for the past 23 years. Clear, guys? And they will be there for the next 25 years also. Okay. Clear, guys? So some people have this query, right? So how many years this, these tools will have market? Yes or no? Yes, are you with me? So they are there
Yes.
from the past 23 years and they will be there for the next 25 years also. Nothing to worry. Okay. So Micro Focus load runner, Apache JMeter, and then Neoload. So I have listed out as per their market share. Market share means load runner still has major market share. Many projects are using load runner, and then comes JMeter, and then Neoload, K6, etc. And then also we also have WebLoad, RadView, WebLoad. RadView is the company name, WebLoad is the tool name. Again, this is a licensed tool. And Micro Focus Sil Performer, IBM RPT. So this RPT was developed by IBM itself. And again, it's a licensed tool. And Gatling, Locust, Grinder, these are open source tools, free tools. Apart from that, you have Load Ninja, Load View, Load UI Pro, etc. etc. Okay. So no need to, you need not learn all the tools, but if you see any JD, any particular job description, right? So all they ask is load runner and JMeter mostly. So shall I show you some, Naukri alerts and JDs? Shall we check some Naukri alerts, recent Naukri alerts and JDs, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let me show you some, job descriptions. Okay, recent openings and job description. You see over here? So expertise in server side and client side performance testing tools and framework, preferably JMeter, isn't it? And Neoload. JMeter or Locust or Gatling or Neoload, guys. Okay. They are not expecting all the tools. They are asking either JMeter or Locust or Gatling or Neoload. Clear? And I'll show you some more openings. Okay. So if you see any JD, any job description in Naukri, right, or LinkedIn, wherever you see like Monster, so they will be asking mostly for, okay, I'll search for Naukri alerts otherwise. Okay. And these are automation tester testing. Hold on. Whether it is Naukri or LinkedIn or, or any other JD, right? So they will ask you like, load runner and JMeter. See, you have a couple of openings over here, performance testing openings, and this mail is on July 5th. Where, guys? Let's see this JD. Let's see, couple of these job descriptions. So you see over here, right? They're asking in this particular JD, they're asking, 1 second, where is that? Somewhere in the title itself, asking for load runner and JMeter, isn't it? You see over here, JMeter load runner, right? And then JMeter, isn't it? And then Neoload or load runner, right? This company is looking for only licensed tools, right? And then you have, let me open a couple of more JDs. You see over here, load runner, they're asking for load runner over here, right? Neoload or JMeter. Clear, guys? So they will not go beyond this. Okay. So even if their requirement is on Gatling or Locust or any other tool, right? Suppose you are having experience on JMeter, you don't have any experience on Locust or Gatling, they will still consider you. Okay, they will still consider you, and they will ask you to learn that tool, even if their requirement is any other tool. Because someone who is having good experience on other tools is very difficult to find for them. So they will check if you have any experience on Loadrunner and JMeter, and there are many cases, or there are many students from my previous batches who got selected. One guy is one guy is working in Bosch now. Okay, so he took training on Loadrunner, but he got he got job on Gatling tool, and right now he is working for Robert Bosch in Bangalore. So they will look for someone who is having good experience in performance testing with any of these tools, Loadrunner or JMeter. First, they will try to get some resources on Gatling. If they cannot find, then they will go for someone who is having experience on these tools, Loadrunner, on the major tools. Is it clear, guys? It's enough if you have experience on any of these major tools. Okay. Now, so is it clear, or any queries before we move to the next slide?
Clear.
Yes, clear.
All right. Now let's say what is performance testing. So we'll revisit this. What is performance testing? So very important interview question. I will create a class notes document for you. Or I think I already created. Let me check. So those who want to take running notes, please continue to take running notes. But I will share this class notes document with everyone. So what, and I will be listing out what are the important questions, important interview questions. Okay. So what first important question is, what is performance testing? What is performance testing? Okay. So what is performance testing, guys?
It is a non-functional.
Non-functional testing to determine application speed, scalability.
Right. So it is a non-functional testing. We should use the term called non-functional testing. And that is the reason I have included this slide. That's the reason we first explain what is functional testing, what is non-functional testing. So you should use this term, non-functional testing. It's a performance testing is a non-functional testing to determine an application's speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Clear, guys? And now what is meant by speed, as I already explained yesterday, right? What is meant by speed? Speed means nothing but
responsiveness.
Response time of
in
an application.
speed is nothing but responsiveness. Clear? So here I have explained what is meant by speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. So these are the four major factors for doing performance testing. These are the four major factors, important reasons for doing performance testing. First one is speed. What is meant by speed? To check if the application responds quick enough for intended users. Our response time should be within the SLAs. Clear, guys? To check if the application responds quick enough for the intended users. Let's assume that, did I tell this example? This Amazon example or, okay, let me give some example. Suppose you logged into Amazon and you are trying to buy a product from Amazon. You selected some good phone, latest phone, costing some 80,000 or 90,000 or 1 lakh, or you are trying to purchase a laptop of 1.5 lakh, right? Nowadays, laptops cost has become, any decent laptop cost has become 1 lakh or more than that. So suppose you are trying to, you are trying to buy a laptop on Amazon online. Okay. I have muted everyone as there is some background noise. So if you have any queries, please unmute yourself, please. Okay. Please unmute yourself if you have any, in case you have any queries. Okay. You are trying to buy a product on some online application like Amazon and Flipkart, right? And you selected the product, added to cart, and made a payment. So and the amount is deducted from deducted from your net banking application or your debit card. But you did not get a confirmation message, right? And let's say the page is still loading. The confirmation page, you are not seeing the confirmation message saying that the order has been placed, right? So what would be your mindset at that time, or how you would be thinking at that time? What would be your thought process at that time?
Next time we want to
Payment of
order
some
from that
80,000 or
website.
90,000 amount got deducted from your account, but you are not seeing the confirmation message. Yes.
The customer will be in a panic state because he or she don't know what happened.
Right. So obviously the customer gets panic, right? Because the amount has been deducted, but is not getting a confirmation message, right? And next time, will they tend to use that website again? Will they tend to use that online shopping application again?
No.
No.
They'll think twice or thrice before, using that application, isn't it? So response time is very important, isn't it? So once the payment is done, user should see the confirmation page. Or even if you are trying to book a ticket on IRCTC, so you have to book a ticket on IRCTC, let's say during Tatkal period. Okay. And you logged in during Tatkal time and you try to book a ticket, you made the payment, but you are not getting a confirmation message. Again, we'll be in panic, right? So we don't know whether to book the ticket or not again, isn't it? We don't know, without any confirmation, we don't know whether the ticket is booked or not, or we need to book a ticket again or not. We need to try again or not, isn't it? Right? So response time is very important for any application, right? For whether it is mobile application or web application or a desktop application, isn't it? So it's not only for web application, right? It's for mobile app as well, isn't it? So everyone is using mobile apps very frequently, right? So everyone is having a smartphone and everyone is using mobile apps nowadays, isn't it? So it doesn't matter whether it is a web application or a mobile app, but response time is very important, right? So that's the reason, like, speed is very important for any application, whether it is a web application or a mobile app or anything, isn't it? Now, what is stability? Stability means how stable the application is under expected and unexpected user loads. Expected and unexpected user loads. Suppose, what is meant by expected and unexpected user load. Suppose, there is, let's take IRCTC example, right? So IRCTC example, generally there will be 4 lakh users per day on the application. You know how many tickets will be booked on IRCTC per day? Per day, around 18 to 20 lakh tickets will be booked on IRCTC application per day. Okay, these are the numbers revealed by IRCTC when they came for their public issue 2 years back, 2 years or 3 years, no, before COVID, pre-COVID. So that is like 3 years back, these are the numbers announced by IRCTC when they came for public issue to the market. Okay, daily 20 lakh tickets will be booked per day on IRCTC application. Now, 20 lakh users will, so 20 lakh tickets will be booked means, there will be approximately 4 to 5 lakh users on IRCTC per day. 4 to 5 lakh users, because one user can book up to 6 tickets, right? Isn't it? Is that correct, guys? I stopped using IRCTC long back. So is it correct? Someone who is using IRCTC, can you tell what is the maximum number of tickets that can be booked per person? Yes. No one is using IRCTC. So there will be 4 to 5 lakh users who will be using IRCTC application per day, right? And a total of 18 to 20 lakh tickets will be booked per day. Now these 4 to 5 lakh users will not use the application throughout the day, right? Some may be using in the morning, some may be using in the afternoon or evening or midnight, isn't it? So let's assume that 1 lakh is the simultaneous user load. So at a time, it can support 1 lakh users. So this is the expected user load of the application. Expected user load, right? Expected user load of the application. Now, our normal user load on the application. Expected or normal user load on IRCTC application. It can support 1 lakh users, right? But during Tatkal time, what happens, guys? We cannot say, right? We can't say that, how many users will be, trying to book a ticket at Tatkal time, right? Yes or no? Because the Tatkal window is short, right? So Tatkal tickets will be over within 10 to 15 minutes. Now, as soon as the Tatkal window opens, we can't expect the user load, isn't it? That is unexpected user load. We don't know how many users will be logging in. Yes or no, guys? That is unexpected user load, more than normal load. Now, if you take Amazon example, shopping applications, e-commerce applications like Amazon or Flipkart. Let's assume that, let's assume that there are 2 lakh users on Amazon. Which application are you using mostly, guys? Amazon or Flipkart?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Okay. Guys, please respond, guys. I simply asked which e-commerce application are you using mostly?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Amazon only, right? So because Flipkart, like most of the products will not be available, but Amazon is kind of, almost every product is available on Amazon, isn't it? They have, gained the market share like anything, isn't it, guys? So suppose 2 lakh users is the normal user load on Amazon application. But what if there is some sale or some flash sale? There is some new product that is getting launched and there is a flash sale. Can we expect the user load during that flash sale? Whenever there is a flash sale, obviously there will be more than normal load, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no, guys?
Yes, Paul.
Yes.
So that is unexpected user load. We cannot really, we can't really estimate, how many users will be logged in during flash sale or whenever there is a big billion day sale or Republic Day sale or such kind of events, isn't it? So stability means to check how the application, how stable the application is under expected and unexpected user load, right? And what is scalability? So scalability means can the application handle unexpected user load and how does it behave beyond its capacity? Can the application handle unexpected user load and how does the application behave beyond its capacity? Suppose your Amazon application capacity is 2 lakhs, but whenever there is a flash sale or big billion sale or something, right? Let's assume there are 3 lakh users or 4 lakh users who are trying to access the application. Now, if your page is loading slow, that is acceptable, right? If it is loading slow, you can understand it. Any user will understand that. Of course, there will, as it is a flash sale, there are, more than normal user load on the application. That's why it is slow. But what if, it is displaying page not found, page can't be displayed, or if you are seeing a blank screen, a white page or a blank screen, that is not acceptable, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Correct.
Right. So, it should, it should not display completely a blank screen, right? That's what it means. Like, how does it behave beyond its capacity means? Response times, getting higher is acceptable. Slightly higher is acceptable. But if you are seeing, page can't be displayed or a blank screen, that is not acceptable, right? If your application is, responding slow, that is fine. But if, if it is not displaying this page at all, right, then it indicates that the application is not scalable. So can the application handle unexpected user load and how does it behave beyond its capacity, right? So this shows the application's ability to handle increasing user load without performance degradation, right? Response times can be slightly higher, not too much, isn't it? So 2 seconds, the page which is loading in 1 or 2 seconds, it's okay if it loads in 3 or 5 seconds, but it should not take 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds, isn't it? Right? So that is the meaning of this. This shows the application's ability to handle increasing user load without performance degradation, right? And the next factor is reliability. Reliability means how reliable is the application and will users have positive experience on go live. Once the go live means once the application goes into production, how reliable the application is and will all the users will have positive experience on go live, right? That is called as reliability. So these are the 4 major factors for doing performance testing: speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. So when someone asks you what is meant by performance testing, your answer should be something like this. So what would be your answer now?
Non-functional testing.
Right. Performance testing is non-functional testing.
Yeah, non-functional testing to
Forward, I call
determine.
that as PT. Okay. Performance testing is shortly called as PT. So performance testing is non-functional testing,
Which determines
which determines, yes,
the speed, stability.
The application speed.
right. Speed means response time, right? stability,
scalability,
scalability, and
Reliability.
reliability of the application and the test.
right. May I know who is this speaking?
This is Aditi Bhavan.
Aditi, right. Okay. Clear guys? And you should use this term, so don't miss this term, okay? It is a non-functional testing which determines or to determine speed, stability, scalability, and reliability. Okay. And we'll discuss this performance metrics later on. Okay. So those who are beginners, right? Like it's too early to cover this. I'll cover this later. All right. And now, so performance testing at a high level. Okay. So what is performance testing? If they ask you to elaborate, or how do we do performance testing? Let me move this slide, next to this. Yeah. So how do we do performance testing? Let's understand this. So when we are doing performance testing, right, first of all, we simulate the important business flows of your application. First, let's understand this. What is meant by important business flows of the application? Okay. Now I'll take some examples. So do you want me to separate these interview questions and class notes? I'll do one thing. I'll separate the interview questions and class notes. Okay. Then in that case, you look into only interview questions, isn't it? Yes or no, guys? You look only into interview questions if I separate them, isn't it? Okay. Guys, there are some new joinees. I am seeing some new joinees. So please ping me your Gmail ID, guys. Gmail ID, or ping me on this WhatsApp number, on my WhatsApp number, guys. Okay. If this is your, if you joined today only, so please save my WhatsApp number and please ping me on my WhatsApp number. Okay, guys. So those who already confirmed their joining, I have added you to the Google Classroom. Please accept the invite. You should have got an email from me. So please accept that invite, guys. Google Classroom invite. So I'll be giving assignments, from this weekend. Okay. So meanwhile, I want everyone to make sure that you are added to the Google Classroom. Clear, guys? All right. So what are we discussing? So how do we do performance testing, right? So can you explain the performance testing process? If they ask you, can you explain the performance testing process, or how do you do performance testing? So for doing performance testing, first of all, we need to identify what are the critical business flows of your application. So what is meant by critical business flows or important business flows of any application? So let's take a net banking application example or e-commerce application. We'll take in all these examples. Okay. So first I will take a net banking application example. Guys, Prabhu, someone joined with display name as PRABH. I want to know what's your name. We cannot have strangers, guys, in the meeting. So let's assume that so we will discuss what is meant by important business flows of any application. So first I will take a net banking example and then any e-commerce application, any e-commerce example. What is meant by e-commerce, guys?
Online shopping application.
Right, online shopping applications, right? Amazon or Flipkart, right? Or our phone India's JioMart, isn't it? So these are all e-commerce applications. What else, guys? Big Basket, can we call that as that was acquired by our Tata Group, right? Big Basket is now owned by Tata Group, isn't it? Right. So we'll discuss what is meant by critical business flows of any application. So what do you normally do with a net banking application then? What do we mostly do with a net banking application?
Login and
Transfer.
amount transfer.
Okay. So
Money
Balance checking.
right. So shall I say like this? Login and check balance. What else? Login and we check our account balance. What else?
Funds transfer.
Money
Transfer.
transfer.
Transfer. Yes.
Statement.
Account statement. So account statement is not something which we do regularly, but that is one of the business flow, important business flow. Yes. I'll put it in the after on. I'll put it in the, as a last point. Yeah, fund transfer. And if you want to do some fund transfer, you need to add beneficiary, right?
Yeah.
At pay, yes.
What is it?
Beneficiary or a pay.
Pay. Yes. What else? That's it.
Can we check credit score?
CIBIL score, checking CIBIL score. Yes, but that is not an important business flow.
Yeah, make the card payments.
What is it?
Make the credit card payments.
Right.
Auto debit.
Right. Credit card payment. Bill payment, utility bill payment, isn't it? Loan payment. No one is having loans. Huh? No one is having loan, guys. Okay. So you'll be making credit card payment, bill payment, bill payment in the sense utility bill payment, like power bill or any other bill, telephone bill, etc., etc. And loan payment, account statement. What else you do normally with a net banking application? That's it or anything else? You can apply for loan also, right?
Yeah.
And once in a while, we may be updating our address or mobile number or email ID also, right? Once in a while, of course, once in a while, right? So mostly we log in and check balance and then fund transfer. If you want to do fund transfer, you need to add as a beneficiary, someone as a beneficiary, and credit card payment, bill payment, loan payment, etc., etc. So these are the critical business flows, are important business flows of a net banking application, right? Isn't it? That's what this means. Simulate important business flows of the application. First, we will identify what are the important business flows. Then we will see how to simulate. We will see that later in the coming up sessions. Okay. And let's take some few other examples. We'll take an e-commerce application example, right? Yeah. Now tell me what are the critical business flows for this e-commerce application, guys? Please make it fast.
Login.
Login and
Product.
searching for the product.
Okay. So search for some product.
Placing order.
Searching product, you need not log in, right?
Yeah.
Search product, search product.
Add to cart.
Placing
Add
order.
cart.
Add to cart.
Add to wish list.
Payment gateways.
Add to wish list.
Make payment.
Make payments.
Make payment. Yeah. I'll place. I'll call it as place an order.
Placing order.
That all comes under placing an order, right? Place an order.
Track the order.
Track order. Yes.
Cancel an order.
Right. Cancel order. Or cancel orders. Right. Order or orders.
Customer support.
Order history and transaction history.
Return the order.
Support. What is that? Someone else told something else.
Return the
Order
order.
history and transaction history.
Yes. Order history and transaction history. Yeah. Return product. Isn't it? That is another business, important business flow, right? So these are the critical business flows for e-commerce application, isn't it? Now let us take one last example. Let's take a full application.
Address.
Profile update. Again, profile update is common, isn't it? Profile update, address update, or mobile number update, or email update, isn't it? Now let's take a travel application. Okay. So what do you like? TSRTC or irctc.co.in.
Booking the trip.
TSRTC or any other travel, make my trip or clear trip, something else, right? So what are the critical business flows for a travel application?
Searching for the buses.
Booking the trip.
Searching
Search
and
for ticket.
Searching for the
Searching field.
Search ticket availability, right? That is what we mostly do, right?
yeah.
Even though we book the ticket or not, sometimes we search for ticket availability, isn't it? Because only when tickets are available, we can book it, isn't it? So search ticket availability. Yes, if tickets are available, we may be booking the ticket. Book ticket. What else?
Dates.
Canceling.
Reschedule the ticket, isn't it? Reschedule the journey, right? Cancel ticket.
Cancel the ticket.
Once in a while, we may be canceling the ticket, right?
yeah.
Cancel ticket. What else? Book a hotel room. Nowadays, most of the applications are providing that as well, right? Travel applications are providing, booking a hotel room, etc. Yes or no? If you take IRCTC or Red Bus application, right? You can book a pilgrim package on IRCTC. You can book train tickets, bus tickets, flights, hotels, holiday packages, and all these, right? Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Or if you take IRCTC, even Red Bus application, you can book bus tickets and you can book cab rentals, train tickets, etc. Isn't it? Or any travel application like Make My Trip or any other travel application, they are providing provision to book flight tickets as well as hotel rooms, isn't it? Holiday packages, etc., etc. Right? So these are the critical business flows for any travel application. So first we will identify what are the critical business flows for that application, whatever you are testing. And then what we do is we develop one script for each one of them. We will create one performance testing script for each of the business flow. That's what we are going to do now in the next 1 month. Okay. So we'll first identify what are the critical business flows of any application. And then we will create performance testing script using the tool in the next 1 month. That's what, our focus will be mostly on. Right. And again, when you say that, creating a script, don't worry, we are not going to write any code from scratch. So that is the beauty of performance testing career, right? We are not going to write any code from scratch. Your tool will generate the script, right? Your tool will generate the script, and I'll give you one demo on how to create a script in tomorrow's session or day after tomorrow's session. So I'll show you one, how to record a script, okay? Or how to create a performance testing script, right? Clear, guys? So first we will identify what are so I'll show that in the coming up sessions this week only, right? So, but because, the reason is, let me stop recording. Okay.
Any gaps are
Yeah,
then accepting? That means directly?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
discuss that. So the minimum qualification for testing career, software testing career, not only performance testing is, by the way, minimum qualification for any software testing career is 15 years of full-time education, as you can see here. So this is a mail from TCS, that I received in Jan, right? Still it is the same. Okay, there is no change over here, guys. Okay, all they are looking is for 15 years of full-time education, and see the experience range 1 to 6 years, right? That means even if you are having 1 year experience also, that is fine. And what are the tools they are expecting? Load runner, neoload, JMeter, Dynatrace, right? And this is the JD. Clear, guys? So you need not hesitate to refer any of your friends or relatives if they are looking for some IT career, or if you have any misconceptions or assumptions in your mind. So I think this will clear off. Many people are still dilemma whether I am eligible or not, I would be eligible or not. And regarding those who are having career gaps, yes, so you need to keep experience, isn't it? Or you can show placement as a fresher as well. Okay, last year we have shown placement for 2000 as a fresher for 2014 passed out also. We have shown placement for one lady who was 2014 passed out. Okay, as a fresher. Clear, guys? Now, if you go as a fresher, you will get 3 to 4 lakhs or 3 to 5 lakhs package. If you keep experience, like you will get, like 10 lakhs package. 10 lakhs is the minimum package that, our students are making with 3 years experience, with just 3 years experience. Clear, guys? Yeah, I want to quickly finish this, guys. We have 3 more minutes. So we'll first identify and simulate the important business flows of the application. And not only that, we will also include the dashboard pages, which will be visited by the stakeholders of the application. Stakeholders means management of the application. Suppose, you have, higher management of your, that application, right? But they will be hardly 10 or 20 guys, stakeholders. But still, those pages are important. Suppose there is an admin page or where, we can see the admin can see how many orders are placed on a particular day or a week or a month, right? Or they want to see how is the response time across regions. There will be some dashboard pages which can be visited by only the company stakeholders. Even though they are visited by only 10 to 20 people, but still those pages are also important, isn't it? So we will include those also in the performance testing, but we will not include all the business flows. Remember that. Suppose your functional test cases are 200 for an application, 200 to 300. Let's say the functional test cases are for any application are 200 to 300, right? So performance test flows will be hardly 10 to 20. Performance test scripts will be hardly 10 to 20 only. Okay, that is the average number of performance test scripts in any project, 10 to 20. Okay, in some projects, there will be very high. In one of my previous project, when I was working for Bank of America, right? In one of my project, I had 80 business flows. Okay, but there is a very rare case. That is the only project where I saw 80 business flows. That is the maximum business flows that I have seen in my last 16 years of experience. Okay, there are 80 business flows in only one project during the last 13 years, 16 years of experience. Clear, guys? So performance test scripts, will be generally for any project, they will be only 10 to 20. Okay, and performance testing team will be like 1 to 4 or 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 maximum, not more than that, because number of scripts will be less. Functional testing, yes, so there will be 200 to 300 test cases. So that obviously, like, you'll have 4 to 5 team members minimum. Understood, guys? Is it clear, guys? So functional test cases will be 200 to 300. That is why, that's the reason your functional testing team or automation team size will be bigger than performance team, because the number of test cases will be more, right? 1 or 2 persons cannot handle all these test cases, isn't it? Clear, guys? So we'll continue tomorrow. I'll stop it here. So, but this is clear, right? The statement is, or this first point is clear, right? How do we do performance testing? Yes, please respond. Am I audible?
Yes, clear.
Yes.
So I'll stop it here. Okay, we have a hard stop here at 9 o'clock. So let me pause recording, and I'll be uploading this session also to my YouTube channel. So if someone want to enroll for the training, here is my WhatsApp number, guys. Okay, so I'm doing some marketing, guys, before we close the session for today. So please save my WhatsApp number to receive like updates on the new batches as well as free demo sessions. We are providing some free training sessions on MongoDB performance testing, Linux commands, and and also, like, I am planning to make some short videos on some important interview questions, right? So I'm regularly making some interview questions, videos on the interview questions as well, and uploading to my YouTube channel, guys. So, subscribe and turn on all notifications, whether you join the training or not. So please subscribe and turn on all notifications if you want to receive those interview questions, guys. Okay. Regularly, I'd be doing, I am making videos on interview questions and I am uploading to my YouTube channel. And mock interviews, right? So you see last, there are some interview questions as well. Yes, this session is only for interview questions. Clear, guys? So subscribe and turn on all notifications if you want to receive these free sessions. Okay. And thanks for joining and have a nice day.